Joining us now is Congressman Mike Pompeo, as promised, member of the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence, member of the House Select Committee on Benghazi. Congressman, Merry Christmas. Welcome aboard, sir.
Great to be with you. Merry Christmas to you too.
All right, we got a lot to get to, but I want to start with this seeming, blaming anyone who criticizes him or questions him or says, his judgment isn't what we have been used to. It's because basically he's black.
Yeah, he's done this before. He's asserted that anybody who disagrees with his policies that have failed America is somehow racist or a bigot. It's a kind of victimization that is too often attached to critics of the policies that have put us in a place today where the economy won't grow and ISIS is in America. And this has nothing to do with the skin color of the president, but with the fact that he is just disconnected from what it takes to keep America safe. And we have called him for that and have tried to change his policies, and he now reverts to form.
Yep, no, I couldn't agree with you more. Let me go back to what he said at his press conference the other day, and it's the same. I could play you soundbite after soundbite after soundbite. Congressman, everything you and I would sit down at a table and say, okay, how do we fight ISIS? We bombed them here. We bombed the oil fields. We hit their tankers. We hit their camps. We recognize it's a war on radical Islam. We scrutinize Syrian refugees. Every single thing. We keep the prisoners at Gitmo. Every one of those things, Obama has said, that's exactly what ISIS wants.
It's remarkable to hear him talk about Gitmo being closing Gitmo being part of his counter-terror strategy. I suppose we should veil all our women, because the fact that they're not just infuriates them and causes them to hate us, and we should abandon our faith, our Christian faith, whatever it might be, because gosh, that makes them mad. He misunderstands that it's not that they dislike the fact we have folks detained at Guantanamo. They don't like the fact we're holding them. And his weakness is what causes them to thrive and to feel that they can continue to be the winner. And people love to ride the horses that win. And so long as ISIS and Al-Qaeda and the other radical Islamic terrorists are winning, it won't matter exactly what U.S. policies are. That's not why they're fighting us. It's ideological.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just going to say, it's ideological. It's not about some counterterrorism policy. It's their fundamental desire to destroy the West.
And you are so right. And I've said this even going back to the World Trade Center when some on the left were saying, well, we have to find out why they don't like us. Well, what if they said now, if Hillary Clinton is allowed to be president of the United States, we're going to bomb, we're going to go into schools, we're going to really start attacking you, we're going to recruit more than ever because that's against Islam. I have a woman in charge. Would they say, oh, well, Hillary better not run then because that'll make them mad?
Sign me up for that part, Steve. But no, your point is very well taken. To the extent we are fearful and we give them credit for attacking us because of the things we do, our lives here are going to get an awfully lot less safe. What we need to do is be forceful, crush them wherever we find them, and make very clear that their radical Islamic terrorism is not going to defeat our way of life. And to the extent we do that, and we're vigorous and robust in defending that, we can crush them.
Have you heard anything, sir, about the incident in Las Vegas where the woman, the 20-something woman, ran into the crowd, killing one and injuring dozens? They say that it looks like there was no alcohol, that it was purposely done. She ran into them again and again, which has all the MO of a terror attack. And the reports I'm hearing is that they haven't yet ruled that out because they don't know enough about her. Have you heard anything?
Steve, I have not heard anything that I can share with you. I think much like in San Bernardino, a little bit of patience is worthwhile. And when we have a little bit more information, we'll have a good feeling for what really took place there. I hope they can get those answers out to the American people quickly.
All right, now let's talk about what has frustrated the heck. I would say HE double toothpicks if I were Richie Cunningham on Happy Days. I know you didn't vote for the bill. The spending bill, the omnibus budget, and omnibus budget, which is ominous, if you want to know the truth. What the heck? How on earth does Paul Ryan stand there with a straight face? I know you got to sell oil. I know you got this little dot, that little dot. But when you fund Planned Parenthood and you fund Global Warming Initiative and you fund Syrian refugees and you fund quadrupling the number of work visas and you fund everything Obama holds dear, and you come out and say, we won?
Steve, it was an enormously frustrating week, frankly several weeks as we were leading up to this point where it wasn't clear how the backroom deals were going to get cut, and ultimately boy, we gave up an awful lot for just a handful of things that one might say were good. The crude oil export ban, lift, the handful of things we got were awfully pricey, and we didn't accomplish a couple things that are near term and very important. You mentioned at least one of them with the Syrian refugee policy. I regret so much that we didn't fight for that. I think it's a broadly held opinion. I don't believe that's a Republican view. It passed the House with almost a veto-proof majority. Those are the kind of things that I if we could have gotten them, I would have held my tongue and voted for a bill that has included a few of those important national security policies. We're going to fight this guy for now 12 more months, and we've got to start getting some wins.
Well, you know, he's going to use the pen on executive orders. I'm going to skip very quickly. At the debate, the Democratic debate the other day, Hillary Clinton not only falsely said that ISIS is using Donald Trump videos to recruit. There is no such video. That's been acknowledged. But also, she maintains we have to get Assad, and Sanders disagreed, we have to get Assad out because we have to do both, get Assad and ISIS, otherwise ISIS will always be there. Do you agree we need to do both or just concentrate on ISIS?
I think we've got to do it all, and so I wouldn't even limit it to both. I think Assad is a tool of Iran, and so to the extent we're not prepared to push back on Iran in the form of Assad, we're making a mistake. So I think we ought to do that. But it's not just ISIS either. Al-Nusra Front, Al-Qaeda, these are all the same two sides of the terror coin, and we've got to go crush them all. Steve Teal, when I heard Hillary say that at the video, it reminded me of the Benghazi video that she talked about for so long, right? She keeps conjuring up these videos and using them as excuses. I wondered if there's not some video shop that we're just not privy to that she gets to watch.
That's what Trump said. Knowing the Clintons, they'll make a video. Hey, Congressman, so who's going to get Cespedes? No, I don't think he's had an offer yet. The Mets going to get him back?
Goodness knows. I hope so.
All right. Well, listen, I know you guys lost one of your pitchers, and
it's been a tough offseason, but you know, once every 30 years we do it.
Yeah, well, maybe again. You've been there twice in a row. Take care, Congressman. Have a good holiday.
Thanks, Steve. So
Bye. Congressman Pompeo. We're coming back, folks, with the Malzberg panel. Jane Velez Mitchell and Tom Borelli. Notice how I said Jane and Tom Borelli. Coming up next. Don't go away.